What is a mistake that you regret that you want to warn us about? Take your days off, take your sick leave, and most of all, save up money and take your vacations. Companies want you to think you are invaluable to them, but in the end they will let you go and forget you as soon as you are gone. As an old person, this is one of my regrets. Why did I work so much overtime, never take holidays, etc.? I'm about to be 28 and 1 year into a real adult job that offers vacation and sick days. 10 years of working and about to take my first vacation. I'm super excited, but this is so weird to me. Always watch how your love interest treats other people. The day will inevitably come when that person will treat you the same way. Yikes. Now I gotta find a whole new person to obsess over and avoid. If the group of people you're hanging around at school or elsewhere always make fun of you in a joking way, stop hanging out with them. If everybody gets their share, then it's alright, but if you're the butt of every joke, then it's not really friendship. You're just a lightning conductor for all their insecurities. Have some self-respect. 7th and 8th grade I had that one friend who wasn't really friend, and then I turned around and did it to other kids. I know how shitty I must have made them felt, and I didn't think about it until years later. Don't waste time being anti. I spent a lot of time in high school looking down on people's choices of music, movies, hobbies, friends, etc. I said things like, they only like it because it's popular. This thing I'm into is clearly better. I was a bit of a dick, and later I realized it's okay to let people enjoy things that I don't. I wasted a lot of opportunities to learn new things and make new friends because of that attitude, and I regret it a lot. Don't date someone cause you are lonely. Date someone because you see a future with them. So many wasted years when I was a teen and early adult. Also, don't stay with someone because you care about them and don't want to let them down, make them sad. It will be better for you both to cut it when it's not working. My mom said this about marriage, though it applies to any long-term committed relationship. Marriage isn't about love, lust, or passion. It's about two people looking in the same direction and deciding to walk that way as a team. That's probably why they were able to stay together for almost 40 years, building a great life for me and my brother until she passed last year. I think too many people do this and end up lonely because they try to make it work when it isn't and waste so many years that it becomes harder to grow a life together. On the flip side, so many people pass on the person they see themselves settling down with because they want to live and experience new things. If someone is a great person, don't expect them to wait for you. They need to live their life as well, and you will miss out. Not breaking up with a guy immediately after he hits you for the first time. I'm sorry doesn't press the reset button. I was trapped in an extremely abusive relationship for 9 months, and it all started cause he pinched me at an airport for letting someone cut us. 3 months later he was putting me in headlocks and choking me for not letting him move the bed. Take care of what you have before it becomes what you had. This includes your body. I just walked around the house for the last hour sniffing to discover the cause of the bad odor in the house. Was there a dead mouse in the walls? Maybe the garbage can needed to be washed? The hamper had wet towels in it, was that the cause? I was going to light a candle to get rid of the smell. But my housemate got up and discovered the gas stove was on, all night, with no flame. I almost blew us up. Wow, that's a terrifying thought. Just out of curiosity, how did you not recognize the smell as gas? I feel like that's such a distinct smell I would have recognized it immediately. Keep a close eye on your relationship with substances. Many of you will have serious problems with them and won't realize until you're in very deep. The shackles of addiction are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. I couldn't agree more. This one is going to be controversial because Reddit loves recreational drug use, and I used to and felt like there was no danger if drugs were used responsibly, but I almost died after taking a small dose of MDMA in a controlled setting, and the same exact batch, kind that I had taken previously 6 months before. I had never had a bad experience before with that drug. I had taken it 4 times previously over a period of 4 or 5 years, not so much as even a bad comedown, and the 5th time it almost killed me. I still have health problems to this day because of it. Completely changed how I feel about drug use, even soft drugs like alcohol and weed. Basically I split a dose with a friend, he took half and I took half. I lost motor function for a while, got extremely lightheaded, was overheating and sweating buckets, couldn't think straight, felt extremely dissociated, almost passed out, heart palpitations, etc. I'm pretty sure I got serotonin syndrome. My friend was 100% absolutely fine, and I still have health problems like depersonalization and derealization to this day, some minor HPPD, etc. Before my teens I swore I would never be like what I hated and would never touch drugs or alcohol. In my teens I would never habitually use drugs or alcohol. When I went to college, I was just doing dumb college kid things, and once I got out of college things would slow down. In my mid to late 20s I knew I liked to drink far more than I should and more than anybody else, but I was a big fun guy, drinking made me more fun and there was no reason to quit. That was future me's problem. I'll quit when I have a kid. Then I had the kid, and I definitely tapered for the first 6 months or so, but having kids is hard. I will quit drinking once he gets old enough that it impacts him. Even if you do realize there is a problem, it is rarely enough. There was never a catalyst that pushed me to quit. No dois, I'm in great shape and health, and it never impacted my work and rarely my personal relationships, so I never saw it as a problem. Doesn't mean it wasn't one. Been sober about 18 months now and am so glad I finally pulled the trigger. This. Smoking at a young age, thinking you can quit anytime and not realizing it's not okay to be drunk from the moment you finish work on a Friday until Sunday midday are both easy to do and hard to change. Having said that, well-controlled uses of ecstasy and LSD, shrooms have been very positively life-changing for me and I never regret any of it. Do something because it will give you a positive experience and not because you are stressed, depressed, bored, etc. Credit cards are not free money. You may need one to build credit, but be careful how much you use it, and pay it off every month. It's so easy to charge just this one little thing over and over until the card is maxed out. Working in a zoo because you love animals. Not a good idea. Or working in social services because you like people. If your grandparents, older relatives are alive and well, spend some time with them, call them to say hi, just check in with them. When they are gone, you're going to be the one left with regret, not them. Don't show loyalty where it isn't deserved. That applies to people, brands, companies you work for. Don't settle for someone because you don't want to be alone. Don't fall for the sunken cost fallacy, it will only dig you deeper into debt the further you go. Triple redundancy, back up all your photos, videos, etc. I lost about a year of photos, which included a couple of big life events. Mostly I backed up but got sloppy. Cloud storage is very cheap, but don't rely on just that, put it on a hard drive as well and a few other places. Also, for those who are a little older, check all those old DVD, CDs you burnt as they're degrading and data is being lost. Wonder why clouds are so cheap, Zuckerberg intensifies. I worked in an Apple store. I had a lady come in and tell me she was really worried because she dropped her phone in the sink and it won't turn on. She's panicked because she's a single mom and all the photos of her young daughter are only on this phone. Open it in the back and sure enough it's completely soaked. There's still water on the battery and all the water indicators are red. I had to walk out and tell this poor woman that she no longer had photos of her daughter growing up. This was not news she was happy about, and it was a rough day at work. I let her know about data recovery, but how much that would cost in that situation I have no idea. Back up your data. Edit. For context, this was over 5 years ago. I understand there's an automated backup option, but that can be shut off. Not everyone is a tech whiz, and that job taught me most people do not understand how their phones work or the services offered. I had to walk so many young people through understanding you can be logged into your email on more than one device. It's not like she was the only one not understanding her iPhone. Don't put too much thought into what people think about you. Just be a good person and have good intentions and realize that you can't please everyone. Unfortunately, this happens subconsciously. We judge people on appearance, accents, clothes, and even how they walk. It's a tricky one to adjust to, but can be done. Learn to judge people on their actions as opposed to their physical appearance. Don't let responses you read on AskReddit allow you make major life-changing decisions. Avoid staying in a job where you're totally bored or hate facing it every day. Some people stick with it endlessly because it takes too much effort to find something new, or because they believe an alternative will probably be no better in the long run than where they are. When you get cheated on, don't try to fix it and give a person another chance, just leave. It will hurt and it may seem that what I am saying is pointless, but you will thank me soon and also after you get cheated on. Work on yourself first before looking for another one, because if you rush it you are more likely bound to fail. Sorry about my English, by the way. No, you don't need that burger after school, work. Are you some mind reader? I just finished work, sitting in the bus, browsing Reddit with plan to hit McDonald's on my way home. And now I feel too ashamed to do it. Learn to communicate effectively. Seriously. You'll lose good people from your life if you can't do it right, so learn. Don't use a towel that's even slightly damp to remove something from the oven. Don't boil vegetables and expect to like them, season and roast, sauté, grill, etc. Oats taste bad because you're trying to make them healthy by cooking them with water instead of milk. Just avoid eating too much. You hate peeling vegetables because your vegetable peeler is dull. Washing up liquid and vinegar gets rid of lipstick stains in a carpet, but also don't slice off the top of your lipstick and leave the knife on the bed. 0% interest for the first 6 months on a credit card doesn't apply to money withdrawals. Your credit balance is eating up your savings. Forget paying the minimum by direct debit. Pay it off as soon as possible. When you have your first well-paying job, save some money. There's taxes you'll have to pay. Plus you might not earn that much forever. Save money even if you think you don't need to. I'm 21 and broke, in debt, even though I earned like $70K a year ago. To follow up on this, when you're a recent grad and make big boy money for the first time, don't rush out and immediately take out a $25,000 loan on a car. If your car runs, keep it. Don't ever think you still have some fun time left and avoid your responsibilities. It's a slippery slope. It starts by thinking, oh, I got a few more hours before I have to worry about that report, and gradually turns into, I'm only 21, what's the deal if I need one more semester to finish school? And then you wake up one day and realize you're 24, all your friends have graduated and you're still jerking off. Brushing your teeth might seem minor, but if you don't, holy shit, it's finna come hit like a truck. And also makes finding a soulmate a whole lot easier. I thought that most people brushed their teeth at least twice per day? Unless I'm in an exceptional circumstance, like I've crashed at a friend's house, I almost always brush in the morning and evening. Read your insurance policies. Know what's in there and if you have enough or too much coverage. If you are pregnant and think something is wrong, please find a doctor who will listen. My last pregnancy, I was in excruciating pain, losing weight and wasn't hungry. My OBs brushed off my concerns, just saying every pregnancy is different. I was in the ER twice with upper abdominal pain. Neither time did they check my son. I had undiagnosed HELP syndrome. Because the doctors wouldn't listen, my son died. You know your body. Don't let doctors ignore you. I hope you reported every single one. Not so they lose their jobs, but so that they all learn something. Don't marry the wrong person. And don't marry the wrong person's family. That's right, when you marry someone, you also marry their family. When I married, we lived hundreds of miles from her family, so I didn't know them well. Things changed, and we were living within 5 miles of her family. Disaster struck. I was running and got a slight urge to poop. But I thought, I'll go 5 to 10 more minutes, then I will turn around and head home. I made it those 5 more minutes and my slight urge turned into an immense pain. I had to shut right on the side of that road. Never play games with poop.